We're Matteo and Misha. We are currently pursuing our goal of pulling off the ultimate Italian road trip, traveling to all 20 regions of Italy. And we've started off in Sicily. Yesterday, we spent the evening on Mount Etna, crawling through one of its many caves and watching the sunset over the craters. Today, we continue our journey in the historic Sicilian city of Catania, where we find Sicily's largest church, get lost in the hallways of Europe's second largest monastery, and tour a 13th century royal castle. We've just been enjoying the morning light on our balcony here overlooking this main street. And we're staying at this really cute bed and breakfast that we heard had amazing reviews. It's called La Collegiata. And we didn't know we'd be having a balcony with a view. I mean, look at that. This is unreal. We are on the main street in Catania. And now we're starting the day, so first order of business is an espresso.
We just stopped at Prestipino. We came here for a coffee and a cornetto, and somehow Michelle ended up ordering 2 granitas for both of us with the brioche, pistachio cornetto, cream cornetto, 2 double espressos.
We may have ordered too many things, but we hadn't had coffee and we were a little tired this morning. I feel like we just ordered one of everything on the menu, but I'm not mad because look at it.
Oh, that's delicious. Best pistachio granita I've ever had in Sicily so far.
Do we say that in every video?
No, I don't say that in every video. The last time I said there was in Sheffield, and that one was delicious, but that's like second to this one right now. So this one's better.
My favorite granita combo is the peach with strawberry. And they're always, it's just such a sweet combination. It's always so delicious and fresh. And this one straight up tastes like I'm eating those peach ring sour candies. We're about to be on a sugar high this morning. So sweet.
So we've just made it into the monastery. You do need a green pass. They had to scan us in. So yeah, if you're coming here, you need it.
It's €6 each to enter. It is probably one of the most beautiful looking churches that I've personally ever been inside. The detail inside there is just incredible, and it's actually a bit indescribable. We couldn't really take everything in because there's just so much happening in there. But yeah, it's truly beautiful. This is San Nicolò l'Arena, the largest church in Sicily. And if you don't believe how big it is, let me just show you. San Nicolò l'Arena is built on the top of a Greek acropolis. That's why the front facade looks a bit strange and mismatched compared to the rest of the church. one thing I did notice in this church is that on every single wall that is free, there are these lists of names. And by the looks of it, it's all the soldiers from Italy that died in World War I. And there are hundreds of them written on these walls. Just lists and lists of names, all with the date that they died, and it's all during the First World War. Other than that, every wall in this church seems to be just blank and white. There's nothing on the ceiling, nothing on the walls, except for these massive columns. There's about 4 of them with like a dedication with a painting, but other than that, there's nothing. This place is just white and absolutely massive. The name of this church, San Nicolò l'Arena, is the name of both this Roman Catholic church and the Benedictine Monastery which is attached to it. We are currently on the way to the monastery of San Benedetto. It's the second largest one in Europe after the one in Portugal. From what we're gathering in Catania so far, it's essentially one big university. Like everything's named after a university. Every historical building's turned into a university building. Like this whole place seems like one big university. Catania has to be probably one of the most confusing cities we've visited so far. We cannot distinguish between what is the university, the library, the monastery, the church. We thought we'd just come into a library, and I asked the lady and she said, no, this is the monastery. So I'm like, so we visited the other monastery. Is this just more monastery, part of the church monastery, but it's part of the university? So if it sounds confusing, we just as confused. But one thing's for sure, this monastery that we're in right now is massive. These ceilings are so high, and there's like these hallways that just go on forever.
So we found a little map here and it says Monastery di San Benedetti, so yeah, I think that just confirms that we're in the monastery.
What does it say? Benedettini.
Benedettini.
If you go around San Nicolò l'Arena, you come out to the side door that's part of the library, and well, we just started walking through here. And it looks like we're in the courtyard, one of the courtyards for the main church. Because I mean, there's the church right there.
That gazebo looks like the Elvish set from Lord of the Rings. And it's so crazy because no matter where you are in Catania, it seems like there is this black lava ash just everywhere you walk. You could just be on the street, up in this courtyard, and there is lava ash everywhere.
When we were driving up to Etna yesterday, the guide told us that it's sharp ash, so when the cars and that are driving on it, it actually removes the tread of the tires of the cars and the motorbikes, and so you have to replace your tires like every 6 months. But when you rub your foot over it, you can feel that it's like really fine, but like really like rough, and like you could imagine being like a sandpaper.
So we're walking down this hallway and I see this door with all these stones piled up in there, and for my Harry Potter fans out there, it kind of reminds me of the Room of Requirement. Update, we're still confused,
Staircase coming up.
but this building is very cool. Yeah, there's desks, student chairs here. I'm confused, but it's cool.
So I think I figured it out. This is the monastery of the Benedicts of San Nicolò, the church. So we're getting somewhere, we're slowly figuring this out.
And there are lava rocks literally everywhere here. It's nuts.
Catania reminds us a lot of Rome because in a lot of different places you just stumble across these little mini ruins throughout the city, so it's pretty cool. This one's right outside the monastery of San Nicolò.
And now we're off to find Ursino Castle. Catania is part of a series of cities called the Black Cities because of the effect that Etna has on the buildings, and because a lot of the buildings are actually built out of lava. Welcome to Porta Garibaldi. This monumental gate was created in 1768 and dedicated to King Ferdinand IV and his wife Maria Carolina. The arch is now named after Giuseppe Garibaldi, who was instrumental in the unification of Italy during the 1800s. It looks like the arch is made out of a mix between lava and stone and marble. After running through the Catania back streets, we are on our way to see the Ursino Castle, which from what I understand should be down this alleyway. Okay, it's definitely down this alleyway. There's a big castle in front of us. This is Castello Ursino, built in the 13th century as a royal castle for the Kingdom of Sicily. The coolest thing about Ursino Castle is that it used to be on the coast. However, the Etna eruption of 1669 actually produced so much lava that it engulfed around the castle. The castle didn't fall because of the lava, however, it covered the areas around it. It produced so much lava around the castle that the height of the castle actually became reduced. And parts of the base were only discovered 20 years ago when they started digging down into the castle floor. Today, the castle is an astonishing 800 to 900 meters inland. It's just weird to think that 400 years ago, this castle used to be right there on the coast for defensive purposes, and now it's just a castle in the middle of the city. Castello Ursino now houses the Municipal Museum.
Every time we see vases like this, all I can think about is the cartoon Hercules movie I saw growing up and how all the ladies jump off the vase and start dancing. So yeah, that's probably really immature, but whatever.
And the Hercules game on PlayStation 1, which for all the kids out there, that was the first original PlayStation back when we were children. You know, one thing you never get used to in Italy is the thought that a couple hundred years ago, some dude was sitting here busy chipping away at these marble structures behind us. Or another example would be like, some guy was sitting here scribbling into the wall in Greek, which is really, really old. So just think that there was just somebody standing here doing that. It's just a mind-blowing thought. This street is Via Crociferi. It is a scenic street known for its 18th century churches. Within a span of 200 meters, you can find no less than 4 churches. So one could say that it could be nicknamed the Street of Churches.
This gorgeous place is Villa Bellini, and it is the oldest urban park in Catania. The main thing that's been blowing my mind in Catania is the fact that there are so many remnants of Etna. Like, you see lava stones, like this kind of wall. You'll see the lava ash on the floor. These big, huge lava rocks that buildings and houses are built out of. It's pretty crazy.
4:40 update here from Villa Bellini. Michelle and I have quickly realized, after seeing the second biggest city in Sicily, that we cannot possibly see everything in 2 days. We are perfectionists and we try and see as much as we can, but we're realizing that it's
There's
just
so
not a possibility.
There's so much.
And now on to the next thing.
Something I wanted to mention too is that we've noticed now Italy and Sicily in particular has really kicked it up with asking for the green pass everywhere. They're scanning the QR code to get into museums, sit inside restaurants and all of that stuff. So just make sure you have it.
On Via Etna, here, one of the main streets in Catania, you can find the Roman Amphitheatre. We are currently standing in the Roman Amphitheatre, built in the 2nd century AD. In modern times, this amphitheatre is completely underneath the city. And right now we are below street level, as it was covered from a massive lava flow from Mount Etna. And currently this is one of the only parts of the amphitheatre that can be seen from the outside. What's really interesting is that where we are standing right now is the arena where they used to have all the shows and games, from what I understand. However, this is only like the far oval part, as you can see here on the map. This is one of the only amphitheatres that was built without an underground section, such as the Colosseum has, because it was built on solid lava rock, and so they couldn't build an underground. Looks like it's made out of lava, just like everything else here.
Off Via Etna, when you turn up Via Cerami, you can find this really cute rainbow street. Just makes you feel really happy. So after a crazy day in Catania, we've changed and now we're heading to dinner and drinks. At night, this seems to be the street where everything is happening. Bars, restaurants, music. It's kind of like one street, but it's actually two. So you can come down Via Gemellaro or Via Santa Filomena. You have so many different options of bars, restaurants, different kinds of food. It's just a really great place to spend an evening, so we definitely recommend coming here. There's almost too many places to try. Matteo and I never order like charcuterie boards, but this place has really good portions for two. So we decided to go for it tonight, and there's so many people out. It's 10:30 p.m. on a Wednesday, and this street has such a vibe right now. There's so many people out. The whole street just feels like one long party.
The street is bustling. This seems like the young people's streets here in Catania. It's like 2 streets over from the main street, and well, it's just pumping.
You look so dainty when you eat a charcuterie. In our next episode, we continue our journey through Catania as we get caught up in the excitement of the famous fish market and take in the beauty of the stunning Duomo before heading to the coast of Catania to see the most gorgeous lava towns Sicily has to offer.